And back here at the Omni, back here at CRS 2023, of course, just rocking here. Like I said, just pumping them out as fast as we can get them here too as well. Presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out. I can have a glass of that right now for my throat. The allergies from Texas to Tennessee too as well.
I would take some just in support.
Support too. Gentle Ben Spirits, the vodka, the bourbon is fantastic. Of course, the gin, gentleben.com. And our friends at HonkyTonk, Texas for making it possible. Make sure you give us a like. We're here all day doing interviews till about 5 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday till about 12. Brandon Morrell here. Kirsty Krause taking a little break. Go down and see her friend Crystal King at Bar Lines down there. Pleased to welcome in. She's making a name for herself. Not that I need to give her an introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. The one, the only, Allie Colleen. What's going on?
Thank you. Oh, I'm here, man.
You're here. That's a good thing. Well, tell me about this. I ran into you at Live Oak yesterday for a great 90s country throwback, which was awesome. You sounded amazing. You played amazing. With those true country stars sitting next to you right there, too, as well. Emma Zink and, of course, Kenzie Coppin. Tell us about that right, too, as well. And as far as fun.
I love them. I got to meet. I knew of both of them in town as we do, but they were on the Denmark trip for the Nashville Nights this last trip with me in September. So I got to get really close with Kenzie and Emma in Denmark, and since then we've been playing out together. And yeah, just rad girls and also really talented, cool to sit with. And yesterday was fun.
A lot of good things. And that type of music is, I feel like, and we've talked about this before on the show, making that type of comeback depending on what the artist kind of wants and whatever sound they're looking for. But that era, to me, Martina and George Strait and the Chicks and all that stuff you guys played yesterday, that'll always stay around country music. It's so synonymous.
It was so cool. And I think yesterday, too, really gave all the artists that played in that round an opportunity to really showcase, like, what was 90s country to them, because, like, on Broadway, like, we all know what to play. Like, we know what covers to play. We know what covers to stay away from. Half of them we love, half we don't care for at all, but we sing them anyway. But yesterday, just getting to pick, like, 3-4 solid 90s songs that you loved, like, that was cool seeing what everybody picked.
Now tell me about this, People Country Magazine, Artists to Watch, and also, too, as well, Nashville Music Guides, Artists to Watch for 23. A lot of people say we don't get into this for the recognition, the awards, what have you, those type of things. But the cool thing is to even have peers, publications reach out to you, give you that type of validation. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. I mean, we work so hard, but then even more so than that, I'm always surprised to make any list ever, any interview, any of those things, only because, I mean, I'm very talented. I'm a fan of myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm very talented, but so's everybody else. So just getting the chance to, like, be seen, coolest thing on the planet. Big payoff.
All right, another one I'm going to throw there, Bobby Bones, Top 30 Countdown, Artist of the Week. I mean, again, another one of those milestones that a lot of people say we may never achieve this in our career because this is a 10-year town. Sometimes it's more, but I get another great recognition.
I mean, that was an amazing recognition, especially for the song that it was for. So for Halos and Horns being this really cool song that paints me as a cowboy, as a female in country music, I thought it was very rad that was what they got behind, was that kind of narrative of song and that kind of big sounding thing coming from, again, women in country that are independent. So I was very honored.
Now, as far as this movement here, we talked about the two ladies you were with yesterday, but this movement of Carly Pierce and Ashley McBride and Stephanie Quayle, yourself included, the two ladies yesterday, it amazes me that I feel like there's a female movement now. At least back in the early DJ days, radio days, it was kind of a male-dominated industry. Now you see ladies coming from all over the place for country music. What does that mean for you and to you?
It's huge, and there's something that, like, I felt like I noticed from that 90s movement of women that were just killing it when Reba and Carrie and Dolly and everybody were just kind of on top, and Jody Messina's prime and all that stuff. And now she's killing it again just because of the Cole Swindell song, like just getting to be Jody, like so cool. But there was still something about those women being on labels, and the narratives were very selective. You know what I mean? All the women saying about the same thing, right? You either loved him, killed him, or we just waited on him. And those were like the three things. But now, when you talk about Carly Pierce and Priscilla Block and myself and even Kenzie and Emma and all these women that are putting out music, especially as independent artists, they are choosing what narratives they want to sing about. Like for me, I get to sing about being a cowboy as a straight woman in country music. Like that's very rad to me. I think it's very cool. So I'm really excited to see what independent women want to sing about, nonetheless what they sound like. I'm a big fan.
Let's break down one of my favorite albums. I want to break down Stones because I know you guys just released that debut album, which I think is fantastic. Some of the best songwriting I've heard ever.
Thank you.
And I know part of that's you and probably co-writing, things like that.
Absolutely.
Break down the album, give us all the latest, the update on it, where it's at. Are you guys pushing things to radio? it's a fantastic album.
We're so proud of Stones. It's been amazing. We've already evolved so much as far as sound wise, because that was a album that to me showcased writing, like what you're talking about, like really showcased narratives and writing that I cared about. And I love the sound of it. Sonically, I think it's beautiful. I still think it's a little prettier than Allie Colleen wants to be. I mean, our stuff has an edge to it now, and it's got a lot more electric, right, than acoustic and that kind of stuff. So we're really excited about how our sound's evolving. But when it comes to that album, I can't imagine a better 12 songs to introduce who I am as an artist and as a woman. There was one song on the album that I didn't write. It was my first cut ever as an artist, called Pink Lemonade. And that's a song where women just get to sing about their sexuality, and it's very cool, and it's very awesome. And then also my first solo write was on that album as well, just the first song that I put out that I wrote by myself that I had shared with people. I've got a lot of songs like that as a kid kind of thing, but as an adult, I don't write by myself too often. And if I do, I keep it to myself. So that was a very cool Blame It on the Weather was a cool one to put out. And then off of the album, we just put out Honest Man in February, which is, again, just a very cool female narrative about how I would ask a man to marry me. And it was just very cool to see the reaction from it.
I loved your guitar playing. I got to see it, witness it firsthand yesterday. It just seems like it's a natural fit for you. Sometimes you had kind of lead going there, you had support, and the cool thing was the acoustic side of it too. Talk about just learning the guitar and the chords and putting great music to it, and great sounds, things like that, and kind of the make model you use for your guitar.
I think it's like any good team, it's going to reflect how much time you've spent together. And anyone knows just by looking at Betsy how much time we have spent together. My guitar has that same hole that everyone knows trigger for that Willie Nelson's guitar has. And Betsy and I have beat each other up over the last couple of years. And because of that, we love each other. But she's a Takamine. I am not good when it comes to knowing what type of Takamine it is. I know it's a GB7, and there might be a dash and a C in there somewhere. I don't know, but her name's Betsy. She's a good egg. She's my girl. And we've spent a lot of time together. I started playing guitar when I was 14, and it did not come easy for me at all. It was very hard, and it still to this day is. If I've got to learn something outside of what I do, you're going to have to give me a couple of days, all right?
Well, the cool thing is I love it because we talked about the challenging part of the business, but you also have that fun side where you guys get to go out and really do what you love to do. And it's seen out there by so many people like myself get a chance to just come out there and have fun with you yesterday. That's got to be one of the best things is the relationships with people. And the music industry is so broad out there, yet I think narrow it sometimes, but just great relationships and great in the community of Nashville. It's so awesome.
Right. No, it's huge. And you talk about the round yesterday, like having a female like Emma Zink just play lead over all your stuff. Like you never see that in a round of women. It was funny. Kinsey in the text thread goes, "Emma, will you do some solo stuff on my songs tomorrow?" I said, "Don't worry, Kinsey, I got you." She said, "Allie, that's cute." I said, "Yeah, no, I don't even know what key you're playing in. Honestly, I don't have a clue." But that kind of stuff is very cool. And again, the performance, I don't think I realized going into this business that it really is probably maybe 20, probably closer to 10% of what we do. We're content creators now, and we run our whole business as independent artists and all that kind of stuff. So when we get to that sweet spot of I get to do what I do now, that's amazing.
I know this is coming, or there's probably some ears and eyes out there for, at least I can predict her on the show. I love this. And you may have some conversations with it. And I want to see you standing in that center circle on the Grand Ole Opry one day. I just can see it happening for there. So I'm forecasting that. And not that I'm trying to break any news here. It is the backstage pass. But at the same time, I know for you that's got to be a lifelong dream too.
The Opry debut would be amazing. Just the Opry and the history that it has is sick. And we've submitted ourselves, right? We're hoping that we get that chance, that we get to do it. I was very lucky just before maybe 2018, I got to perform at the Opry stage for a Dr. Ralph Stanley tribute, which, again, big fan, thought it was amazing. So I've got to stand in the circle, but I have yet to stand in that circle as Allie Colleen, debuting as my artist, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I
can't wait for that too. When she does that, we'll have to be out there filming it live or something.
Yes.
Fly to Nashville just for that here for the show. All right, a couple of rapid fire. We'll do some fun stuff here. I'm going to be hungry when I get off the air today. My God, I'm going eat a horse or a big burger. Where should I go tonight? Favorite places for you to eat in Nashville, no matter the food?
Ooh, okay. So I love Scoreboard. That's my place. It's over by Opryland, all that stuff. Great wings, great burgers, all that stuff. I'm a sushi gal. So Blue Sushi, 5th and Broadway. It's new. Absolutely love it. And you can't pass up the most important, which is Mike's Ice Cream.
Ooh, okay.
It's on 2nd, right next to our Cantina Taco Bell. Get you some Taco Bell and a boozy Baja Blast, get you some ice cream.
All right, I love your tattoos. Give me some stories behind your favorite ones. I mean, they're all favorite. They all have a meaning.
Yeah.
About it. And I love especially the forearm in that area too as well. Are you getting any more?
Oh, all of them. I'm getting all of them. We just added to our neck tattoo, so we added like the garland and everything. It goes all the way around the back of the neck. Face tat is still fake. It's a horseshoe today, but one day it'll be real. I just haven't committed. I do so many different ones now. I'm not sure. The hands have to happen, but they've got to be perfect. And I don't know what they're going to be. But I've got a flower for everybody in my family.
I love it.
So there's not a hand in this town that I shake where I don't see everybody that matters to me and I don't impact. I got cool kids.
I like that. Look at that. Cool kids on there.
So our fan base are all cool kids.
That
So
had to hurt,
I got cool kid lift up.
Not.
Nah, there's no nerve endings in here. They're literally like, hey, give it about 20 minutes before you drink tequila and you're good to go. And I said, all right, count down. Let's go.
I love it, man. It's always fun. All right, last show you got to binge watch. What was it?
See, I don't do that. I'm still stuck on like The Office. Like I just keep rewatching it and rewatching it. I did just finish Bookwise Psycho, which like the Bates Motel thing was about or whatever, and that's a good book. So as far as books go, I just finished that.
Love it, too. No doubt about it, too. The one, the only Allie Colleen here. Again, the debut album Stones is out there across all the digital platforms. Make sure you guys go follow. Thanks for being with us. You're always one of our favorites. You know that.
Enjoyed it, man.
This is awesome. Allie Colleen.
He says that to everybody, by the way.
That's awesome. Go see a writer's round with this lady right here. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Ian Flanagan coming up here. And, of course, J.D. Shelburne. A whole lot more till 5 o'clock today. CRS 2023 presented by Bangtail Whiskey, HonkyTonk, Texas. Gentle Ben Spirits. CJ Garden is here. Ready to roll. Coming up here in a little bit. We'll see you soon. Take care.
How you doing?
Doing good, Garden.